Hey everybody, what's going on? I'm the Timmeister and welcome back to Dunswell. In this video, I'm going to be getting back into the Hotels and Retreats DLC, and I'm going to be getting us up to level 5. Okay, so in the last time that we played around with this DLC, I got all the way up to level 4, unlocking these 3 magnificent hotels here, and my goal for this episode is to reach level 5 to unlock the final 3. So let's just quickly go over the 3 hotels that we're going to be placing down this episode. Number 1, we have a conference hotel, which requires a little bit of sightseeing, a little bit more shopping, and a ton of business, which makes sense. The second hotel we have here is a spa resort. It needs quite a bit of sightseeing, quite a bit of shopping, and a little bit of nature. And then lastly, we have the ocean resort, which is built on the water, which needs a ton of sightseeing, a little bit of shopping, and a fair amount of nature. So let's start with the conference hotel, which I think evidently would go downtown. I think that's probably going to be the best spot because businesses are very hard to come by in this city. At least I don't have a ton of offices, but yeah, this might be a challenge actually, because I don't necessarily want to ruin the skyline. And this is a pretty big building. Let's see here. So we need a small amount of sightseeing. Oh, gee, yeah, we're good as far as sightseeing goes. There's no problem there. What else? A little bit of shopping. A little harder to come by, at least in the downtown area. And then businesses. See, this is going to be the challenge. And I don't want to ruin the skyline. That's going to be the hard part. You know, I don't want to just plop this building anywhere willy-nilly. I think maybe right here. What kind of zones do we have here? Okay, we have a little bit of mixed zonage. Yeah, I'm gonna place it down right here. Some of these buildings I kind of liked, but you know, gotta make room for some extra businesses. So let's take a look here. We can fit up to 350 guests. Wow, this is an expensive hotel to run. So hopefully it'll make us a ton of money. But we have a problem. We have a little tiny bit of commercial and offices that we need to fill in order for all of this, for this hotel to get maxed out on all metrics. Sightseeing is not a problem. So let's see here. Maybe we can do a little bit of rezoning. Okay, wow, this hotel has a big footprint. A lot of it is just grass. So it's not very downtown wall-to-wall friendly, as you can see. But I think what I'll have to do is dezone this. Let's have some more offices. And hopefully with that switch, it's gonna max us out at 70, whatever this rating is. All right. Now we do have a fair amount of industry / office demand. So these buildings should be sprawling up fairly quickly. Let's see if this will have an effect. And we are making money. You know, almost all of our rooms are full, and we are making about $1,900 a week. So let's see what kind of effect. Oh, wow, I love this building. Historical. Oh, we're in a high-tech zone here? I guess we're in a high-tech zone. All right. Well, that's nice. And okay, look at that. We're maxed out on offices, but we have a little bit of room to improve on shopping. So I may have to rezone something here. Can I rezone something to commercial? I may have to sacrifice some residential buildings here. To be honest, I'm not a big fan of this type of building. Why don't I just rezone this whole block? There. These super ultra modern buildings, I'm not a big fan of. You know, they look futuristic. They don't look... They're not necessarily realistic. I think I understand why Paradox was going for this style of buildings. You know, it's probably like ultra modern, you know, because we are in 2103, right? Like that's the year, so They were probably going for some futuristic themed buildings. But, you know, Dunswell is based off of a current city, so we don't necessarily want those kind of buildings around. Not yet, anyway. Okay, so we have a couple of commercial buildings sprawling up here. Let's see what kind of effect that has. Look at that. Beautiful. We didn't even need to raise the whole block, but whatever. So with all of our metrics being maxed out, that's a fair indication that we can max our ticket price, thus increasing our profit margins. Oh, good old capitalism. And look at that. We're making almost 3,000 a week. That is fantastic. Oh, past 3,000 a week. Oh my lord, look at that. And how much do we need anyway to get to level 5? I didn't even check that. 40,000. Okay. We have a fair amount of way to go. Oh, but look at that. We just surpassed 4,100 a week. That is fantastic. Let's see what the other hotels are capable of doing now. So we'll get back to this one in a little bit. See how that's going. Now the next hotel, we have the spa resort and an ocean resort. So both of these hotels are resorts. Now my idea for the future of Dunswell is I want Garnet Hills to be a sort of resort town, you know, along this beach here, or what will eventually become a beach. This is eventually going to be like a sort of posh hotel resort town, you know, nestled in the mountains and stuff. It's going to look really cool. So this would be the perfect location for these two hotels. But unfortunately, Garnet Hills does not exist yet, so I'm going to have to find somewhere else to place these. I'm going to start with the ocean resort, just because it can be built on the water. It's going to be less of a challenge. And before starting this episode, I did a lot of thinking. Where am I going to place this building? Because it does require a fair amount of sightseeing and nature and whatnot. And I was like, where am I going to place this? And I got to thinking, I think this little island over here is probably a decent location for it. It's nothing yet, but I'm going to spend a little bit of time making it to where we can get the most out of this ocean resort. So I'm going to go ahead and place this down right about here. And as you can see, we already have our nature rating maxed out. That's just because of the trees. And then we'll have to get some shopping in here and some sightseeing, which should be fairly easy. It just requires some parks. But first, let's get some road access into here. And my idea for this island, let's give it a name. Let's encircle this whole island. And why not these two little islands as well? High District. Not really a big fan of that name. I don't know. Let's rename this to something. Maybe like Ocean Island? Sure. Ocean Island. Alright, so my idea for Ocean Island is to make it a sort of like, you know, touristy kind of resort island. And I'm not sure if I'm going to put any residences on this island or if it's just going to be businesses. But let's try to make something really cool here. How high is this bridge? Can we fit a road under it? Not really. We're going to have to divide the island in two, I think. Either that or raise it up a bit more. Oh my god, there's a fair amount of traffic on this island. Holy. I'm going to raise this up. And then using move it, I'm going to slope. And then from here, I am going to slope once again. So that's going to give us enough room to place down our roads underneath here. And I'm just going to raise this bridge up a little bit. Anyway, let's focus on the island for a little bit. All right, so what are we missing? Obviously, power and water. Oh, what happened to our nature? Oh, that's probably due to power and water. But nature, we're all good. You know, we got all the trees. However, if we build too much here, we're gonna lose a little bit of our nature rating. So I gotta be careful what we build here. But first, I'm gonna need some sightseeing, and I think what I should do is just build one of these large parks. Maybe like this pond park that just so happens to fit perfectly. Look at that, beautiful. And what does that do for our park? Nothing at all, as long as we don't have power. So let's get some power in here. All right, let's just see. Oh, wow, okay, so nature's good. Sightseeing, we need one more unit. But I think for that, I'm just gonna place down a tiny park. Right here. Look at that, we have some nice gardens. And that has maxed out our rating. So now we gotta get some shopping in here. I don't think that should be a big problem. Let's see what this does. I'm just gonna zone one chunk. I don't wanna zone too much because then it's gonna reduce our nature rating. And anytime now. May have to give this a moment. Actually, I'm gonna lay down a couple more streets while we're waiting. Ooh, that is pretty low. I'm just gonna lower the whole road, I think. Oops. There. So let's have this, and I guess we'll have like maybe, I don't know, some houses and stuff at some point over here. Oh yeah, look at that. Boom, we got some construction going on over here. Let's hope this is just enough to provide. Oh, what? Wow, this is the first I've seen of this building. This is cool. Ice cream parlor. That's perfect for this island. We got a Denny's. And a laundromat, sure. Although I may not mark this one as historical. There's nothing really special about a laundromat. Okay, so we'll need about twice as much commercial zonage here. Why not make all of this commercial? We're gonna make this a nice little touristy island. We'll put some homes on here. We'll have some nice island residents here, and I don't want to destroy too much. I don't want our nature value to go down, but I think with this amount of commercial it should max us out on all fronts. But even if it doesn't, we're already making 2,000 a week. So let's see here what this is gonna do. I don't know if it's gonna raise it any further because it is kind of like these commercial buildings are a bit farther out. Yeah, you can see it's not really affecting it much. Maybe if I just build some commercial here. I've pretty much destroyed almost all the nature on the island already, and it's still maxed out, so let's see here. Once these businesses go up. Oh, 16 out of 20, okay. I think once this building goes up, neighborhood shop, I think that's gonna tip us over the edge. Boop, 20 out of 20, all right. Boop, we're maxed out, let's boost our price. And that should take us probably into the... I'm gonna guess we can probably squeeze like 3,000 a week out of this hotel. Just a guess. And maybe not. Maybe it's, you know, has a smaller capacity. But why? We were making a lot more money before. Why is that? Or were we? I don't know. Maybe my brain was just playing tricks on me, but I mean, everything's maxed out. We should be able to crank our price. Look at that. Yeah, over 2,000. Okay, maybe 1,800 is like the real max. But that's fine. I'm okay with that. And Ocean Island. Oh, what do we have here? We have a nice drugstore. Okay, that's pretty important to have on a touristy island. Yeah, let's keep this as is. This is nice. That looks marvelous. Okay, so we got 2 hotels down. Let's get into our final one, which is going to be the hardest, I think. A spa resort. It might be the hardest one, but maybe not, because we have such a great shopping area over here. I can probably just place this hotel in like smack dab the middle of our shopping area, and it'll probably do fine. We'll just have to place a couple of parks around it and call it a day. Okay guys, I think the best option for the resort is to place it among all of these commercial buildings. So let's see here what this building needs. So it needs a ton of sightseeing, a ton of commercial, and a little tiny bit of nature. So I'm thinking over here is a good option, just because, look, we have a ton of sightseeing already as is. Shopping is great. Nature. We have tons of nature in our backyard. I don't know if this is gonna like bleed into the back corner of this hotel enough to have a positive effect on it. But I'm just gonna go ahead and place it down right here at this corner. And actually maybe a little bit up, a little, yeah, like here. So then we can save these buildings. And let's take a look at this. Okay, we don't have any other variations of this building. Unfortunately, nature, it's not enough nature over here. Maybe I can cheat a little bit and place down some more trees. Will that work? There, let's just go crazy with the trees. I probably screwed up some of my landscaping I did over here, but that's okay. No nature. Needs to be placed with a great view near shoreline or forest. Probably not going to be able to do much here. It's not that much of a downer though. It didn't really have that much weight, so I'm gonna raise the price to like here. Maybe that's not gonna have a too damaging effect, because we're already making a ton of money, like 2,700. That's not bad. And that's probably close to the max we're ever going to get anyways, because we have 140 out of 170 guests. I'm guessing maybe we could squeeze like 3,000 out of this building and its full potential, but as it is right here, that's not too bad. Okay guys, well, we still have quite a ways to go. 23,000 out of 40,000. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make this episode unless I place 2 resorts. This is by far like the hardest DLC for this game. Like, it's tough. Okay guys, I've done an assessment and I think this is what needs to happen. So for example, over here on this street corner, I have a city hotel. Everything is maxed out. The city hotel has similar requirements to the conference hotel, but it only can generate about half as much income. So this one, look at this. It's all maxed out. We're only generating 2,080 a week versus our conference hotel, which is producing double that at everything maxed out. And I think we should be able to get a conference hotel maxed out here, because If we check here, you know, we need a ton of businesses, and we're right in the green zone. Unfortunately, this hotel doesn't really fit, but I'm not opposed to doing a little bit of re-rigging and removing this street. Sightseeing also is green, and what else did we need? Yeah, a bit of shopping. Shopping's fairly decent as well. Will it fit here? Oh, it's too bad it doesn't fit there. Actually, I wonder if it wouldn't fit, like... Maybe if I, like, move things around, maybe... No, you know what? I think I'm just gonna remove this hotel and place a conference hotel instead. Now, unfortunately, these buildings are gonna have to go. So I'm gonna remove this, destroy all of this, unzone it. It's all commercial. And it's not... Oh, shoot. Do we have any bus routes going here? Let's check. All right, we have nothing going through here. That's perfect. So I'm safe to destroy the street. It's kind of a shame because I like these buildings. But that's the cost of doing business, is it not? So, bloop. There we go. I think I'm going to use move it just to toss it over here so I can fit. Actually, that's perfect. Okay, let's hit play and see what's going to happen here. Look, all of our metrics are immediately maxed out. So now we can boost our price to 50. And we should be able to squeeze another $4,000 out of this hotel. Thus bringing us to... if I can get to 30,000 this episode, I'll be happy. Look at that. Quickly rising. All the way up to almost 4,000. Oh, that's right. 'Cause it's only going to give us about like 2,000 more because the other hotel was generating about 2,000. That's crazy, guys. Wow, this DLC is tough. And actually, you know what? Maybe I can place down a city hotel. Like, because this has similar needs, right? A little bit of sightseeing. Oh, a lot of shopping and a lot of businesses. So shopping is green all around here. Business is not so much. But I think maybe if I could squeeze it in. Yeah, it actually fits right here. Bloop. And oh yeah, look at that. All maxed out. And let's choose the variation that we had before. The tall one. There, that looks nice. So here as well, we should be able to generate 2,000. So really, it's we didn't really take a hit at all. And we're just crossing over 20, just about 26,000 a week. Okay, so we got a little ways to go. I think what I'll do, guys, is I'm just gonna skip ahead and figure out how we're gonna get to level 5 here, and I'll report back. Okay, guys, I've done a little bit of work off camera, and here's what I've done. I've added 2 spa resorts, one right beside each other. So they're all maxed out, both of them, and they're generating, I think each, yeah, 2,700 a month. So that's likely the max for that building. Over here on Ocean Island, I've added a second ocean resort, each producing 1,800 a month, or a week rather. And what else? I've added a number of hotels downtown. The most recent addition is this one right here, which is kind of struggling a little bit. It's generating 1,080, which actually I think is the max for this building. I'm not going to touch the price because we're not quite maxed out, and I think this is like the max we're going to get out of this hotel. But anyways, if I check here, we are missing... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, shoot. Oh, okay. I haven't been taking a look at all at our popularity. So we've just broken past the 40,000 weekly profit goal. But now we're sitting at 87% out of 90 in terms of popularity. Okay, how are we going to fix this? How are we going to fix our popularity? Well, I think we're going to have to remove a couple of hotels that are dragging our ratings down. Starting with this budget hotel, which has never turned a profit. I think it's time that we remove it. Okay, so what else? What else? What else? Anything lower than like 90? Oh, this one's... It's barely making any money at all. If I remove this, it's not really gonna... We're not really gonna pay for it at all. So I am going to go ahead and do that. Where is this anyway? Oh, it's over here. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna remove that hotel and I'm just gonna replace this with some commercial zones. Actually, I should do the same over here. It's probably a good idea. Okay, hotels. What is our rating now? Still 87%. Let's quickly go through the list here. Yeah, look at that. Roadside motel, 62%. Not doing very good. I don't want to remove too many hotels because look, we're barely... Actually, does it even matter now? Like, what if this goes down? Because we capped out at 40. Is this like weekly profit set? Let's try it. Okay, so we're gonna remove this roadside motel, which is not highly rated at all. Why is it not highly rated? Oh, okay, it's because it's missing all of that. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna remove it. Replace this with commercial. Okay, let's take a look now. I'm gonna go into this menu, manage hotels. 85, 61, another roadside motel. Oh, this is... Oh, that one. Oh, I kind of like this one. Do I really have to move it? I'm still at 87%. I probably should. I guess I can probably remove this one. It's only a 50% rating. Oh, I really like that one as well. It was beautiful right by the water here. But oh well, it's gotta go. Replace all this with commercial. What's our rating now? Still at 87. Maybe I have to like run through a little bit of time here in order for this to go up. Rental cabin, 43%. What happened to this one? These guys were like generating a ton of money. Oh, it's because I think this was like in the middle of nowhere at one point. And now it's all built up. All right, I'm just gonna straight up remove it. Okay, so I think we still reached our goal. Look, I'm less than 40,000 and the goal is still met. Okay, so I think you just have to tap 40% once and then you're good. But look at this, our popularity rating has gone up. So anything less than like 60% or 70%, I think should go. Yeah, like look at this. Mountain Lodge, barely making any money at all. Ugh. No, I really like this one. What's wrong with it? Oh, okay. This is a tough one because like where are you gonna find shopping and businesses near like this much nature? Well, we're at 89%. Maybe I don't have to remove this one. Maybe if I remove like... Which hotel has the lowest rating? I think it was this roadside motel at 61%. And this is the mall one. Yeah, this one's gonna have to go. I'm gonna leave this blank for now. I have a little project I want to do later on. Let's see if that'll do it. Manage hotels. So at 89, okay. This is this mountain lodge. What about, there was another one here at like 60 something. No, they're all pretty high. 70%, a town hostel. Yeah, this one can probably go. It's not generating a ton of money either. I like it though, because it's a hostel. But, you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Maybe once we hit the goal, I can plop a couple of these again. But look at, oh no. Oh. This is such a tough DLC. It's too hard. It really is. Oh. Okay, all hotels unlocked. Never mind. I just needed to complain. All right, there we are. So we've unlocked all of our hotels. Nice. So let's quickly go over them. We now have a Heritage Hotel. It's basically a castle. Now we have a Deluxe Hotel, which is basically a giant Vegas kind of casino hotel. And then we have a Design Hotel. Now, I'm not going to go into any of these yet. My plan for all three of these hotels is to place them over here in Garnet Hills. This is going to be a little resort town that we'll get into eventually. But not today. So I'm going to take a break from the hotels DLC once again. I'm going to focus on expanding the city a bit further, and then I'll get back into the hotels DLC at some point, and then we'll run through that. In the meantime, I think I'm going to place down a couple of the hotels that I just removed. And actually, there's one more thing, guys. One more small detail that I want to do. One of you guys recommended that I change the theme in the retail area that we just built. And I was unaware that this zone theme actually existed until one of you pointed it out. So let's give that a try. Let's see what this is going to look like. So Glade Heights. I'm going to change this into the shopping malls theme. And basically this entire area is going to be destroyed and rezoned with the new shopping malls themed buildings. So actually, while this is going on, while all these buildings are being rebuilt, I'm gonna go ahead and place down a couple of hotels once again. Just a couple of them, just the ones that I liked. So there was the hostel, which was right here. Fits snugly between these two buildings. And then I really liked the roadside motel over here by the mall. And you know what? I really like this one over here as well. I know they weren't profitable and they had low ratings, but at this point we have all our hotels, so I'm not too concerned about that. And actually, one more thing. I may as well rezone the mall area too. So if I just like take out a big chunk of land here. And then rezone this district as something else. And I'm going to apply. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta be careful with that because... No, I can't do that. Oh, shoot. I can't do that because if I enable the retail theme, then European buildings are going to be allowed to spawn in. So I have to be careful because we have a lot of offices over here. Okay, I can't do that. Never mind. I got a little ahead of myself, but over here is fine. We don't really have any offices. Well, we do, but they're already built. Actually, I'm going to mark them as historical before they transform into anything else. There. Where else? I got some offices over here, but I don't know. Maybe the shopping mall's theme prevents any European buildings from spawning anyway. Okay, guys, that is going to be it for this episode. I thank you so much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, leave a comment. Be sure to subscribe to the channel also to get notified when I release any new videos. And until the next episode, take care, everyone.